last week, Jim, in his Husker debut, a nice 9-2 victory over Michael Blockus.
This match, I think, I was most excited to see where Max Murin was in this weight class. I really think that since the guys have an extra year, we talked about this a little bit last week, and you know, talking to Coach Brands, he says that Ironman and Murin worked it out. Who was going to go 41 and who was going to go 49? They worked out amongst themselves, and he said that happens more times than you think. I agree with him in the program, you know, particularly successful program. But if you're Murin, you know, and you're kind of a tweener in a weight, you've got this almost free year next year. Go up a weight, see what it's like. Feel what it's like if you become bigger, if you grow into the weight class the right way. Some guys will go up a weight and they're always small. All right, you think, well, you need to go up and whatever, but nice counteraction there by Murin. Is he the size for this 49-pound weight class? And so far, it looks like he is.
Murin out of Evansburg, Pennsylvania, three-time finalist, two-time state champion, was 5th at the Big Tens last March, won the Midlands title last season, went into the tournament, or would have went into the tournament as a 7th seed. 2-1 score.
But a guy that was coming on at the end of the year. You know, he had some good goes at 41 with Patrick McKee, and like I said, guy that
fingers, get out of that grip. Good.
Straight on attack. We saw a lot of that last year, you know, but he was able to go ahead and get some decent offense going last year, maybe get some confidence, but maybe more at a weight that he'd be more comfortable with, but we'll see how he handles it. So
wrestle through that, work through that.
But again, if you got that extra year, why not find out now this year as opposed to waiting for next year?
You look at the track wrestling individual rankings at 149, 3 of the top 7 in the Big Ten. Murin ranked 6th, as I said. Sammy Sasso of Ohio State ranked 2nd behind Austin O'Connor of North Carolina. And one thing, Jim, that we've come to love with Murin as well, he's another one of those junkyard dog type guys, just a grinder.
Well, he just comes straight at you. There's nothing flashy, but again, if you want to become a really great wrestler, you've got to develop some flash in your style. And I don't think there's any better way to do it than to not have to cut weight for a whole year, or as much weight anyway, and go out there and wrestle and open it up and see what you have. And you're up at a new weight class, and see if you can, you know, open the bigger guys up a little bit more because you're quicker and can move. So that's why I was excited to watch this, to see, okay, don't be a 41-pounder that's just moving up the weight. Go be the wrestler that you want to be, and learn all, you know, throw all the techniques out there that you've learned.
Mark Manning in his 21st season as head coach in Lincoln. Cornhuskers have placed top 5 16 of 20 seasons in the Big Ten. He's done a really nice job winning his coach in school history against Minnesota last Friday night, picked up his 281st career victory.
Well, I think people forget how, you know, listen, they didn't, there's not going to be a championship banner in Carver Hawkeye, but everybody knows that's watched the sport closely that this was going to be, you know, they were favored to win that thing by 30 points or more. And, but also last year, Nebraska finished 2nd in the Big Ten championships, and they were a pretty fine dual meet team. They came in here, lost 8 matches, but they had 3 other really close matches out of those 8 losses, and they developed a lot of confidence and had a great Big Ten tournament. We're on their way to having a good national tournament. You know, probably a lot of guys in the consolation rounds would that they could do that, but maybe not as many finalists as some programs would have. Put up that type of points, but that's the type of grinder, that's the type of guys that Mark wants in his program. If he could have 10 third-place finishers, I think he'd be almost as happy as having 5 champs.
Even at 2, just over a minute, second period. Mentioned Sammy Sasso before. Hardy and him had some classic battles back in high school. Barn burner of a final in Fargo. Dapper Dan, believe Sasso came back and won that one late. As I mentioned, had his mission, went to Rio de Janeiro, and they're happy to have him in that Nebraska wrestling room. 45 seconds, second period.
He's doing a great job, Shane, of just holding position there, and he's taken a lot of Murin's offense away. And even when Murin has the tie that he wants, he's not able to get through that just the head defense that Hardy's employing
Wrestle
right
through
here.
those
Not
ties,
afraid to
work
go
through
ahead,
that.
mix
Get
it
out
up,
that grip.
get his
Get out that
forehead
grip.
involved. Both guys are like that.
Stop. Stalemate.
That's a
Guys,
good
gotta
call.
Get out of those fingers. Go, work the score.
And one thing, Jim, we saw with Hardy, he was good on top. Was
Yes.
able to get a turn in that match with Hawkeyes. Be interesting to see how he does on top with an opportunity against Murin. Final seconds, and the second period is in the book. 2-2 to the third. Big Ten wrestling fans, there's a new Instagram account dedicated to you at B1G Wrestling.
I'll call you on.
Follow
Greg.
for the
Wait me.
best Big
Wait
Ten
for me.
highlights, videos, and images from the mat straight to your feed. Join the community. Follow at B1G Wrestling on Instagram right now. Jim, we got to blow that Instagram account up.
Good there.
Make sure to give that a follow. Fantastic job.
Nice job of Murin to get to his feet. He's going to cut through.
Still red. Neutral.
Hardy didn't stay with that very much. A nice job of Murin by keeping his elbows in and his wrist out. He was able to go ahead and kind of block out the pockets. Hardy wasn't able to get the legs in the way he'd like to.
Stop.
Those quick escapes. 15 seconds or less. Find a way to escape that urgency.
Go, guys. Work through those
That
ties.
just
Here we
makes
go.
all the difference in this sport. Plus, you just don't get tired down there then. It's just, you know, psychological. Gets you free and easy out there on your feet. Try to extend the lead if you're Murin. He drives back in on it, does a nice job getting the angle. Here's Hardy coming over the top.
Murin looking for a second takedown.
Notice
Trying to widen the gap.
Notice, Shane, how he's
No
got
control.
to reaching back for that wrist. So he's trying to clear that ankle off
Stop.
by reaching
Stalemate,
back on that
neutral.
wrist. Don't see that often.
Center, guys.
When you're on the bottom, you are in that hot lava, as they say in Iowa. 60 seconds remaining here in the third. Murin up by one.
Nice
Looking
job.
to add.
It's two. I really like what he did there. He just got a little short little angle, and then he dropped his level.
Speak, Jim, to the importance of you're up by one, a minute left, getting that last takedown to really put a cherry on top, finishing strong.
Well, you just Shane, you want to send a message here. You're up at this weight class, and you can see the Nebraska staff here really wanting their guy to get up and move. And now they've given up a warning, and see Brian Snyder's not too happy with that tight waist ride or whatever, but Hardy's got to make him look bad if he thinks that he's not getting the right call, and Hardy hasn't really done much to get up off of his belly right there. So a roll through, anticipated by Murin.
Solid job there by Murin, as you mentioned.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And he will get the riding time points.
Center.
Final score of 6-2 for Max Murin. Good debut up at 149 pounds. He looked really good.